Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be continuing with the Outer Worlds. If I remember correctly from the last video, we need to find a power regulator for our ship. So we're going to see how far we can get into that. Right, so we're in Edgewater right now. We just arrived at the end of the last video, and we're just going to follow the main quest. I don't plan on doing any side missions or anything as such. I just want to continue on the main storyline. See how much we can get done of it.
The grease monkey, Argo?
I'm sorry.
Seems we've got a guest. Really now, Pavarotti, I do wish you'd spoken up. I do apologize. I was given no forewarning of your arrival, or I might have welcomed you at the gates myself.
You must be the town boss.
I'm Thompson, Outpost Administrator. I cannot help but notice you are not in uniform.
I think you have the wrong idea about me.
Yes, so it dawns on me. Seems I allowed my excitement to run away with my wits. Been a few seasons since we've had a visitor pass through.
Yeah, my ship needs repairs. I'm looking for a power regulator.
Only regulator we got is hooked up to the town transformer. Mr. Thompson ain't liable to be keen on dismantling it.
I beg your pardon. I am most emphatically not keen on any such thing. I can't let you have our power regulator. But I happen to know of another one. And I happen to know exactly how you may retrieve it without frying yourself in the process.
Let's hear it.
There's a power regulator in the old Botanical Lab. It's mostly abandoned, so all that power is being squandered. Go down to the geothermal plant. Reroute power from the Botanical District over to us. Once their power's shut down, you can have their regulator and be along on your way.
Tell me about this geothermal plant.
The geothermal plant was built by our owners, Spacer's Choice. Lit up the whole Vale once upon a time. Most of the Vale is now abandoned. All that power is going to waste. I was not entirely sure how to tell you this. The Botanical Labs are not legally inhabited, but there are people who live there. The people living in the Botanical Labs. They're deserters, former workers. I need them back at their posts. I need them to come home. My hope is that by cutting off their power, you will convince those deserters to come back to town. Before you go to the plant, I want you to stop by the Botanical Lab. Speak to their leader, Adelaide. Tell her the power's about to go, and that it's time her band of deserters came back to town.
My dad told me all about the plant. Taught me all he knew. I could come in useful. I mean, if that's all right with you, Mr. Thompson. Sir.
I hesitate to part ways with Miss Holcomb, but I cannot deny that she is talented, and may prove useful to you. You will need an administrative passcode in order to enter the plant. I am trusting you with mine, and trusting Miss Holcomb to guide you if you'd like.
Great! I got my wrenches and diagnosticators and hairpins and engine tape, so I'm all set.
Well, I am glad to hear that. Best of luck to you, and thank you again for your help. It is a lot to ask of a stranger, I know.
We better...
Cool. So we gained a companion. She'll
clear
be
out of Mr. Thompson's office.
join us for the rest of our quest. So basically, we need to go and deliver a message, and we have to go to a lab.
Hey, mister, can we talk? Sorry. You got a minute? Sorry. You just want to get out of here. And you likely don't want to tag along like me. It's just... Mr. Thompson has his own view on matters, on account of it's his job and what all, but that's not the only side of the tale. To Mr. Thompson, a person's a gear. It does its job quiet-like. If it squeaks or stutters, it gets replaced. The deserters are decent folk. I knew some of them before they left. Life's hard here. Especially for them that don't fit in so well. We're one big Spacer's Choice family, but every family's got the one the rest whisper about. Mr. Thompson's aiming to take away their power. They'll have no lights to see, nor heat to cook. They'll be at the mercy of marauders, or worse. I think you should talk to the town's vicar about it. Max, his name is. Thanks, mister. I just think when you gotta make a decision that'll hurt somebody, it's best to think on the right and wrong of it. That's what my dad used to say anyways.
Cool, so we've got an optional quest to go and speak to the town vicar and get his opinion on the circumstances, pretty much. Right, this is looking a bit eerie, deserted. Something's bound to happen down here somewhere. But we'll keep going. Of them guys. Oh shit. Didn't even see that guy.
There we go.
We got him now.
We're pretty good at this.
Oh shit. Some sort of armor on. Oh shit. Have a look at this assault rifle. Cool, we'll stick that in the weapon slot. Let's have a look at it. Looking good. Oh, this is so much better again. Shit. 2 bullets left in it though. Got an assault rifle, hopefully we've got some ammo for it. Oh!
That's the last of them.
Looked like he was stuck in the wall. So at the moment we haven't got a helmet or anything, and we some armor. Level 2 armor. What armor have we got on just now? So we'll stick a helmet on. Look a bit badass. We'll go for that. Cool. Do we get more rifle ammo? No, I've only got a few. Oh, who's this?
Move along, stranger. We don't want any trouble.
So here's the Botanical Lab. Who's this?
I don't know you. Whatever you're looking for, it ain't here. Move along. Armed strangers wandering into my camp for one. Some of my camp wandering out for another. You want to try standing outside in the heat, keeping your sights open for the next marauder raid? No, I'm sorry. That was unworthy of me. Lady named Zoey went missing some nights ago. Just up and vanished without a trace. Now I'm pacing around wondering if marauders got to her. It's not like Zoey to go wandering. Figured she might be out scavenging, but that ain't exactly her talent.
I got a feeling I'm
Can't
gonna have to go
imagine
and
where
find
she's
her.
gone. Vale's a wide place. She could be anywhere.
Cool.
Appreciate it. Honest. Over in the hothouse, tending crop.
Cool. So yeah, I kind of had a feeling that we were gonna have to find this Zoey girl as soon as she started talking. Adelaide.
If you're hungry, there's meat turning on the spit outside. If you're bearing illness, find a place to lay your head down and I'll fetch you a poultice. Whatever your troubles with Edgewater, leave them at the gates and be welcomed here. Any questions, dear?
You must be Adelaide.
I have been called that, among other things. Green Thumb, grandmother, the strange old lady who keeps flowers. But yes, Adelaide will do just fine.
Excuse me, Miss McDevitt? Sorry, it's just... You got such pretty trees in here.
Why, thank you. You're Robert's girl, aren't you? I remember when you were but a sprout. Thomas speaks of you often. Are you staying long? You should try some of my tobaccorn tea. I brew it in an old spittoon, but it's been cleaned. Reed Thompson? You here on behalf of that cold-eyed reptile? Let's hear it. What's Reed's idea of peace, then?
She's not his biggest fan, is she?
Like everything else that comes out of Edgewater, that peace offering is canned. I and my own are living just fine out here by ourselves. He would do such a thing. The question is, why would you agree to his plans? Cannery's got a regulator. You want ship parts, you ought to rip them out of the cannery's guts and leave us be. If you're going down to the plant, you should divert power away from Edgewater and toward our end of the grid. Think about it. You'd be liberating an entire town from a lifetime of service to that odious cannery. Seems the sort of thing a hero would do.
I'm gonna have to pick sides here, aren't I?
I trust you will listen to your conscience.
Level 3. Leveling up in this game doesn't seem too difficult either. I've not really had a lot to do. I'm on level 3, so we actually have to go back the way we came. So this looks like a problem already. Oh shit.
Don't mess with us.
God. These seem like quite strong opponents. Let's keep going. So this must be the vending machine that was on
The
about.
control room should be off to the right. I hope we're doing the right thing.
Okay. So vending machines are things we can buy stuff from, pretty much. So we've got all the stuff that we could want to buy in here. Ideally what I need is like a plasma gun. So apparently we need to unlock an ability to sell to a vending machine. So I don't really have enough bits to buy anything from there at the moment. There's going to be a lot of these guys around and they're going to be very tricky to kill with
Okay,
this.
gone quiet.
Maybe this is the best way to just get about. Just be sneaky. Oh shit. That backfired.
We made it!
Let me loot you. Is there anything back here? Nothing. Right, use terminal. Redirect power. So we've just done that, we've redirected the power there. So exit the terminal.
3 switches. That'll be easy enough.
Oh, there's 3 of them. Which just means more enemies to me. Is there anything in here of use to us? Unlocked door. Said enter passcode. I thought we had to go and find the passcode, but we didn't. We just had to click enter passcode. Makes it nice and easy for us.
Here we go!
System alert.
Oh, I thought we had some machine gun ammo. Forever to kill him with a pistol. We really need to find some light machine gun ammo at some point.
Incoming!
Oh shit. Try to get this one first. It's just a nightmare to kill him with a pistol. Run out of ammo in a minute. Better off just doing that. Wasted so much ammo. Try them for now. Finally got some light machine gun ammo.
There's 2 more. What'll happen to Miss McDevitt's folk if we send power to the Vale?
So let's keep going.
No, just leave me alone.
Hearing somebody. Somebody in trouble. Can't see anyone now.
Mind the steam. You're liable to get scalded.
Nice. What do we do? Run through it?
Incoming!
Oh. That didn't really work. must be a way not used while in combat.
Doing all right?
Is that the last one? This must turn off the steam. Yeah, shut off steam valves. Cool. Is there anything back here of use to us? Oh, so we can open doors from this side. Workbench. Not right now. Cool. Got up here. We'll use that.
Need to go.
So we've got one more to go.
If we send the power to Miss McDevitt, what happens to the rail? Here they come!
Oh shit.
That gotta hurt.
Got a few more through here. Probably not the healthiest way to kill them. But it's the quickest. Cool. Just heal up a little bit here. Grab their loot. Robbing dead people. Not got a good feel. So where's this last one? This last one is over here.
Sister beginning.
Incoming!
Oh. Where are they?
Doing all right?
We got his ass. So much easier with a companion as well.
The last. I'm not sure what the ride is. Alls I know is the decision's final.
Bard. So ultimately, whatever decision we make, whoever we decide to give the power to, it's going to affect the storyline in the long run. So, do we choose the small settlement, or do we pick the big town with the creepy looking dude?
Once we do this, there's no going back.
I kind of feel bad for the
Hey, mister?
settlement.
Look, I know you want your power regulator and all, but I just gotta ask you. Do you understand what you're about to do? I don't think you should cut off Edgewater's power. I think it would be cruel. I'm sorry. That just sort of came out all at once. Edgewater's hurting. We've been losing workers year after year, and corporate hardly ever sends replacements. There's barely enough Saltuna to fill our bellies anymore. But the town's got some good people in it. Decent, hard-working folk just living their lives the only way they know how. They don't deserve to be punished.
So, do I go with what she's saying, or do I go with the deserters? Right. Okay. We'll go with her.
Sorry, I didn't mean to babble on like that. I felt like I had to say something.
Unless she's trying to trick us. I don't know.
Really? I mean, wow. Thanks. No one's ever told me those words in that order.
What we need to use terminal, redirect power. We continue. redirect power to Edgewater. That didn't sound good. So we're gonna have the deserters coming after us, aren't we? That's what's gonna happen now. Can't get out that way.
I'm expecting that.
Look out! Wrong! Hit it with something else!
So I'm just gonna take a quick look at the map here, see where we need to go. I want to look at the region, that's what I want to do. So main quest, convince the deserters to return. We can try doing that. So we now have to travel back to the lab and try and convince the deserters to return to Edgewater. So we need to go to the Botanical Lab and convince them guys to follow us home.
That's the thing about growing old. Your eyes start to fail. Elsewise, I would have seen you for the snake that you are, chopped you into pieces and roasted you on a spit.
She is pissed.
This is all you're doing. Cutting off my power, killing off my garden. Without refrigeration, my food will spoil, and my flock will starve. I want to ask you this in private, away from the eyes of my flock, so they do not see me lose my temper. Tell me, why did you do it? You want my flock wasting their lives in that cannery? Fine. Go and talk to them. Go talk to Grace and Thomas. Look them in the eye and tell them their life here is over, and the only thing left to do is go back to Edgewater. This is now your responsibility. And you tell Reed Thompson that I will never return to Edgewater. I would rather die among my flowers than live under his management.
Oh.
You offering to cross Reed off, huh? This some sort of twisted reparation for what you've done? Or you just looking for a chance to sow some chaos? Kill Reed if you must, or talk him into leaving if you can. He and I are not sharing the same four walls together.
See, I'm quite happy with that, because I thought Reed was quite creepy anyway, but I decided to go and choose Edgewater for having the power, so it's working out good.
One of us want to go see
We're
what
going to talk to
happened?
Thomas here.
Everybody keeps staring at me. It's not my fault the power's dead. Whoa, Miss Parvati. Hey, you're, what, how are you? Hi. Hello.
Are you, are things safe out here? How are you keeping?
Great, just great. I've been trying to keep stuff running, just like you. Only I'm not so... Wait, they didn't kick you out, did they?
Oh gosh, no, I'm just along with this fella here.
I seen you wandering around here. You don't look like you're coming from town.
I'm passing through.
Sorry, I just wasn't sure if you were from town or if you were one of us. Something's been chewing at me, you see. Fact is, I've been, well, lying. To everybody here. Camp thinks I'm a mechanical genius, but I couldn't fix a busted chair.
Great, so we just met the guy, and he's telling us that he's lying to everyone. Great. Maybe you should come clean then.
I mean to. I mean to do right by my friends, too. They believed I was an engineer, and so I'll make an engineer out of myself. You ever heard of the Young Spacer's Guide to Mechanical Engineering? Comes in a set of 3. If I had my hands on one of those data pads, I could teach myself the ins and outs.
Those are good. My dad kept a copy with him when he was working in the cannery.
I know the old community center kept a copy. Should find another one back in town. If you could find me even one of those pads, I'd be greatly obliged.
I'll let you know if I find anything.
Would you? I'd be grateful.
Cool.
I've been thinking about going back. I'm not much use to anybody here. I get sick thinking about working at the cannery. I can't do that again. I mentioned those manuals on mechanical engineering. Suppose if I had one of those, I could go back to read and make a real case for myself.
Cool. And what about her?
Marauders can't see us in the dark. Wild canids, on the other hand. The matter's been weighing on me. I'm staying put until I know what's become of Zoey. Don't want
Right.
that question haunting me all the way back to the cannery. I'll tell you what I can. Vex me. If she told anybody, they ain't telling me. I'd check her room, but I got yelled at for snooping once already. Well, enough to know we never got on. Zoey and Stefan were close. If anybody knows the workings of her mind, he does. What is it?
Right, so he wants the manuals, she wants to find Zoey before she goes back, and I'm going to save that for another video. So I'm going to end that one here, and I'm going to pick up where we left off in the next video soon.